everyone, and welcome back to another weekly rotations video. We're now week number 35 in the series where I show you everything I've worn all through the week, everything from my collection. So that includes things that may be designer, some things that may be niche or indie, but most of them are gonna be cheapies because that is what I enjoy collecting and what this channel is all about. And I'm gonna try to go through these as quick as I can because I've been through a long day of work and been out of town. And of course, today is Saturday when I'm recording this, and I didn't get to spend my Saturday resting, had to work and help some people out, and a good friend of mine, and also very tired, and supper's waiting on me downstairs. So I'm gonna quickly just go through these, what they smell like, and a quick little brief about them, and then move on. I'm gonna try not to add any extra flavors to it. But starting off on the first day of the week, which was last week on Sunday, my usual church going routine, most of you already know about it, and decided to wear the last one of some samples that I picked up from the week before. And this one is another sample from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this one is Masculine Pluriel. This is one that was recommended, I've seen recommended from Omar on the School of Sense channel. And I absolutely love this. Very old school, masculine kind of style, barbershop fougere kind of thing. Very powdery, lavender, a little vanilla, very musky, a little woody, aromatic. It is amazing. Very similar to things like Beau de Jour by Tom Ford or Zeno by Davidoff, things in that nature. Absolutely love this though. I did have to apply it twice because the performance on this is not that great as far as longevity. So I applied it once in the morning, went out early, did some other stuff, and then came back home midday, sprayed some more on, and went off and did some other things at another church. But yeah, really love this stuff. I kind of want to get a full bottle of it, or at least find some other cheaper alternatives that are very similar to this one. But yeah, absolutely love this. Highly recommend getting some samples from Maison Francis Kurkdjian because I got a thing of 4 for like $30, and you can pick whichever 4 you want. So yeah, definitely try them out. Then the first day of the work week on that Monday, and I wore one that I actually did in a rack store haul. My most recent video I actually uploaded, and I actually said in that video that I was going to wear those in the coming weeks, so you'll see those 3 in this one. One of the ones is the second one that I talked about in that video is the one I wore in the daytime to work. It is my Mont Blanc, and it is ultra blue. Very sea salty, mineralic, marine, a little aromatic, very sweet, a kind of fruity, citric, musky in the opening. And dries down having that mineralic, sea salty kind of musk thing to it. Not the best performer, did have to apply it again, but actually when it stayed on skin and closed later was that spiciness. There's a good pink pepper note in here, but yeah, not bad at all. Not gonna be the most inspiring, all kind of jaw-dropping fragrance, but for a very quick out and about, especially things you can wear to work or to school or casually in the spring and summer, definitely a good one. Again, not gonna be anything mind-blowing, but one that is very, very easy to wear. And that nighttime, I wore one that I recently picked up, and it was another one to my addition of the Tommy Bahama fragrances that I have and to the line that it's in, which is the Maritime line. And you know, I've always talked about Maritime Triumph, and this one is another Maritime one called Maritime Deep Blue. This is one that I actually don't like as much as Triumph. It's not as interesting as that. This is very much in the Polo Blue, Acqua di Gio Profondo kind of style of blue fragrance. Very citric, woody, aromatic, very, very citric actually, a little marine, with a little bit of a darker herbaceous kind of aspect to it, but very similar to things like Polo Blue. Again, just like Ultra Blue by Mont Blanc, it's not really that awe-inspiring, and even less performing than that one, like 2-3 hours noticeably, then it died off very quick, but still as a nice refresher, or if you're gonna go out and about for an errand to come back, it's not a bad one to go with, and a little bit of a classy feel to it as well, and a little mature, but yeah, still pretty good. And then that Tuesday work day, wore one that is sadly, I think, being discontinued. It still will be a while before it actually run out as far as the supply, but while it is out and about, you might want to go ahead and grab it. It is by Missoni, and it is Missoni Wave. While I still have this bottle, I'm going to have to cherish it while I can, along with the Pour Homme Parfum version, but this one, very similar to Versace Pour Homme and Chanel's Allure Homme Sport, but a little bit more of a lemon sweet, kind of lemon head kind of aspect to it, a little creamy as well. Not bad at all though, still very musky, a little bit of a marine freshness in there. Really, really nice, very bright and effervescent. Has a good longevity to it, like 5 or 6 hours, not a little over, with a nice projection, like medium. Pretty good, a little average, if not like a tad under that, but I think overall it's still pretty stellar. Not gonna be probably as cheap in the, as it starts getting to the end of the supply as it used to be, so while it is out and about, you wanna go ahead and grab it along with the other one they have, because it has been apparently discontinued. So yeah, get it while you still can, because it is still really good. Then that nighttime, Tuesday night, wore the other one that I talked about in that rack store haul that I released recently, and the one that I talked about last that I was most excited about opening. It is by Tahari in their Tahari Privé line, and it is Cobalt Smoke. very much in the style of like Rocasta's Cologne here. Very, very similar opening. Very citric mandarin orange kind of feel with a lot of woods, aromatics. It says cobalt smoke, but there's really no smokiness. And actually, as it dried down, it got very similar to the mid and dry down of Bleu de Chanel, the EDT. Very, very similar with that. So yeah, very blue fragrance overall. Any kind of time of day, any kind of wear. Not really the best as far as projection wise. Then again, I was getting very sick toward the end of the day, so my nose was stopped up, so I'm not gonna be able to smell a whole lot. But it still was pretty good and noticeable while it was on me. It smelled really nice, very smooth, and even though the projection wasn't that much, longevity was pretty okay, maybe about like 5 hours or so. But then again, it was getting late into the night and I was trying to go to sleep and whatnot. But still, I am gonna give it another wear, maybe in this upcoming week. So be looking at what the next week's theme is gonna be, spoiler alert. So yeah, definitely want to give it some more wears, but it still is a really good quality. If you do happen to find this, or even the other Tahari Privé one, definitely pick them up. They're phenomenal. Then that Wednesday, I had to go to a doctor's appointment because like I said, I was sick, wanted to make sure I didn't have COVID, and luckily I tested negative, but it still didn't mean that I was in the best of shape, and decided to wear one that I haven't worn in a while, but I really, really love this one. It is by Banana Republic, and it is the original Slate. Not in the original because the bottle style is different, but the regular Slate, not Slate Arctic or anything like that. This is very slept on. It's a very spicy, very ginger, citric forward opening with a lot of sage, very green and herbaceous and aromatic, very musky as well. Very much in the style of things like Torino 21 or You or Someone Like You, minus the strong mint note, but everything else with that, you pretty much get in this. It is phenomenal, it smells so good. This is definitely gonna be one of my spring picks up next year, so just be expecting it. But yeah, very slept on. No one talks about this, but it smells absolutely incredible. And has really good performance as far as projection, but longevity is a little lacking, so I did have to refresh it again, but still very well worth it. You can get it for sub $20, and it's an amazing quality. Definitely need to check this one out. Then that nighttime, I stayed at home just to keep well and whatnot, and wore one that I haven't talked about a whole lot, but I haven't seen a lot of people talk about as well. It used to be very hyped back in the day. It is by Boss, and this one is Boss Selection. Sorry, by Hugo Boss, and it is Boss Selection. Very powdery, cedar needles forward, a little balsam kind of woody pine kind of style in there, like fir balsam, and a little bit of sweetness. Like I said, a lot of powderiness in the background, a little musky, a little ambery as well. Really, really nice. A perfect office scent. I think I actually featured this in my office fragrances video that I released earlier this year. But yeah, really, really good. Not the best in performance as far as longevity. Projection is okay, so you will have to respray this again, but it's an amazing quality scent. Very well rounded and smooth. Very slept on as well, but yet you can find this everywhere at rack stores. So yeah, if you get the chance to pick this up and you don't mind earlier 2000 kind of style scent, something that's classy and mature and smooth, this is a really good one to go with. And on that Thursday, decided to have a theme day as far as the fragrance brand. And it's the last one I talked about in my rack store haul video. It was CKB, but I paired up with CK All. So we're CK All in the daytime and we're CKB at nighttime. So CK All, my absolute favorite as far as of now from the regular original CK kind of style in the original 3. It's a very sweet, citric, soapy, white floral scent that is amazing. I love this stuff so much, like an upgraded, modernized version of CK1. Really, really love this one. Perfectly unisex. A great daytime, and actually has better performance than you'd expect with like a 4-hour longevity with a medium projection overall. And then I wore CKB on that nighttime, just like I smelled it in the first impressions. It was like a very aromatic, a little slight spicy, more woody on the skin than what I noticed before. A little musky, a little bit of a throwback feel because it did come out in '96, but I didn't mind at all. Very lavender, a little soapy as well. More floral in the mid and dry down than you got in the opening, and actually a way less performer than CK All. It was like a very intimate projection for majority of it. Then again, my nose was very stopped up, my sinuses was, so it kind of hindered that, but still not bad at all. I do want to give it more wear now when my body gets a little better. I can smell it easier, but it may be even next year, or at least while it's still a little warm outside, I may give it a little wear here and there while I'm just chilling around the house. But yeah, not bad at all. Do like it, but if you don't like throwback scents, you might not like this one, but still not bad at all. CK All is definitely gonna be the one that is ruling it for me, but yeah, still pretty good. Then yesterday, the Friday, last day of the work week, wore one that I still couldn't smell all that well because I was very, very stopped up. But what I did smell here and there, I absolutely love it. Really, really enjoyed this one. I haven't talked about it in a while. It is by Moschino and it is Uomo. Very powdery. There's a good forward note of kumquat in here, very citric, fruity kind of combination with that. Slightly sweet, but very sparkling, kind of effervescent, kind of musk, very powdery, a little white floral, very classy, a little dry, ambery, woody base to the bottom that stays a little powdery. But yeah, this stuff is phenomenal, amazing, smooth quality, and actually longevity with this was not bad, like 5-6 hours with a medium projection overall, but still really, really good. A little bit of throwback feel because it come out in like the late 90s, but I still think it has a good modern application and it's still very, very likable. And not many people wear it, even though you can pull it off today. So it'd be pretty unique if you break this one out. But yeah, not bad, good for office, casual, out and about. This stuff is just super, super good. Definitely get on this one. And then that nighttime, went out with my wife and baby and had a little grocery trip as we're shopping, the usual Friday night gig that we always do, and decided to wear one that I really love. Haven't worn it in a while. Usually I wait until the cooler aspects of the year when I wear this, but I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like being soapy clean, so I wore Prada L'Homme, the perfect one to wear if you want to be soapy clean. So not a cheapie, but still really, really good. And you can't find this for a good price at discounters online. Powdery iris, soapy, little ambery, little neroli, sandal woodiness in there. This stuff is just phenomenal. Very sexy as well, very smooth and alluring. And you wouldn't think that something that's clean would be, sexy, but it is, and that iris does help it with that as well. This is one you can wear almost any time of the year, really, any occasion, casual, office wear, out and about among friends, even on a date. Who doesn't want to smell clean on a date? And really good performance as well. I mean, it lasted me well into the night, so you're looking at like 5 to 6 hours with a medium noticeable projection. Again, depending on how much you spray, but this stuff is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. And I am running out of the bottle here, so I will have to buy a bigger one, or at least one just like this one before long, because I do really love this stuff. And then today, like I said, had a very busy day. It was out and about, did a whole lot, and was helping a friend of mine out at another church out of town, and just took a while there and back. And while I was there, I've been gone like almost a full 12 hours now, and wore one that I can still smell a little bit on me now while it's late at night, and I can still smell it on my clothes just a tad bit. Love it, haven't worn it in a while, and thought about it, and it's like, yeah, I need to go ahead and wear it. It is by Lalique, and it is Encre Noir Sport. If you want a super, super high quality, clean vetiver for a cheap price, this is the best one you can go with, and really the only option you need to go with. It is so good, very similar to the dry down of Terre d'Hermes Eau Intense Vetiver, which I actually have back here. Not as hardy as that, but very, very, very similar. If you want that, but on a budget, this is a great one to go with. A little grassy vetiver, a little spicy, very watery, musky, aquatic in the mid, a little bit of dry woodiness in that base. This stuff is phenomenal and had pretty good longevity. I did work a good bit with it, so it didn't last as long as it would if you were just, doing minimum casual stuff, but still like 6 hours longevity easily with a great sillage to it. I mean, this stuff is phenomenal, and the quality on it for the price you get it at is almost criminal. It is amazing. If you haven't got this already and you have tried the other Encre Noir flankers and you're like, I just want something that's fresher, this is the fresher one to go with. It is amazing. And there you go, guys, all the things I've worn all through the week. Hopefully gave enough information across for you to be able to find out what these fragrances are like. I got supper waiting on me, and you just don't get between a man and his food, so I'm gonna try to hurry up and get out of the way here. But again, guys, if there's anything in here that stood out to you, let me know in the comments below. If you own any of these, if you enjoy them, if you don't, or if you want to recommend something different that's similar, I would love to hear all about it in the comments below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and a thumbs up. Let me know to keep on with the series and to keep making videos just like this. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, but you do like what you see here or what you see elsewhere on the channel, I encourage you to please consider supporting the channel by subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can see all the other things that I have planned, all the things that I'm making that bring out to you guys. I would love for you to be right along with me on this cheap and inexpensive fragrance journey, and hey, maybe I can even help you discover something new on the way. And as always, guys, that's all I have for today's video. And actually, if you're watching this video on the day that it comes out, it should be Labor Day. And I'm actually putting out a community post on the tab, letting you know that I will actually have a live stream later this day. So if you're either watching this video or you saw the community post, please be ready for that live stream. I'd love for everyone to join along and have a great time like we always do. And as always, guys, thank you for being here and for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I will see all of you again in the next video. Be blessed.